This implies the actual physical enactment with our deeds of our shahadah. In fact, this is one of the main meanings of the word Islam itself, the submission to the will and commands of Allah. This is what Allah commands in the Qur'an. Turn unto Him repentant, and surrender unto Him. Chapter number 39, ayat number 54. Allah has praised those who submit to His command by their actions. Allah says, "Who is better in religion than he who surrenders his purpose to Allah while doing good?" Chapter 4, ayat number 125. Actually, Allah has clearly made it a condition of faith that one submits to the command of Allah and His Messenger. Allah says, "But nay, by your Lord, they will not truly believe until they make you judge of what is in dispute between them and find within themselves no dislike of which you decide, and submit with full submission." Chapter number 4, ayat number 65. Unfortunately, there are many who claim that there is no relationship between faith and deeds. You can even hear one Muslim saying about another, "That is the best Muslim I have ever met." Yet the other person performs scarcely any of the deeds of Islam whatsoever. This incorrect understanding of faith has spread throughout the Muslim world. Indeed, our shahadah or testimony of faith must be implemented or realized in our hearts, tongues and actions. In our hearts, we must have love for Allah, fear Allah and hope in Him. With our tongues we must testify to the shahadah. And with our actions, we must implement what the testimony of faith requires from us. Anyone who claims to be a Muslim and yet does no deeds, either does not understand Islam whatsoever or is bearing testimony against himself that his testimony of faith is not a true and correct testimony of faith. This does not mean that the true believer never commits a sin. Indeed, true believers do commit sins, but as long as they recognize that what they did is not correct and it is inconsistent with their obligation of submitting to Allah, then they have not violated the soundness of their testimony or shahadah. But do not forget, they are still sinners. And what is the minimum of submission that is required from a person beyond which there can be no claim to faith? For those scholars who say that the abandonment of prayers is infidelity, it is the 5 daily prayers. Whoever does not perform, at least, the 5 daily prayers has gone beyond the limit that is acceptable for lack of deeds. Allah knows best.